Welcome back to another tutorial video with Sir J. I'm going to show you how to set up the Wave Link software. We're going to start off pretty fresh. So we're going to uninstall all the Wave Link software that we have already on there. If you have the Wave Link 2.0 or the 3.0, either one, we're going to get that all installed. Then we're going to go ahead and do a fresh install. We'll get the routing table all set up as well. I'll show you how to set up your Elgato microphone device that you've purchased from Elgato. I'll also show you how to set up your third-party microphone that's not an Elgato product. I'll show you how to set up the audio effects such as noise cancellation for your microphone, some equalization as well. I'll show you how to set up an OBS with a single PC. I'll also show you how to set up OBS with dual PC. I'll also show you how to set up the DAC amp such as the Sound Blaster. I have the Sound Blaster G8. I'll show you how to set up some sound effects on here as well with the Stream Deck so that you can also do some audio warfare in game where it won't affect your Discord people, but it will only play in game, where you can also mute your microphone in game where people don't hear you and your call outs and everything and just play audio. I know this is very mischievous, but it's actually quite hilarious for some people. Some people love it, some people hate it. This is up to you. You may hate me for this, but I'm going to still show you how to do this. I also ask y'all to remember and understand that Wave Link 3.0 is still in beta right here, okay? There will be bugs. Some things may not always work perfectly, but they are coming out with a lot of updates to fix a lot of things, and they've already fixed a lot of things, but there are still a lot of bugs, and I'll also go over some of the bugs that I've experienced and that I still am currently having. So definitely beware of that this is still a beta. This is not a full release program, that there will be bugs, okay? So please keep that in mind. If the Wave Link 2.0 is going well for you and you own a Wave Link product that unlocks that program, then I would suggest just to stick with that unless you really want to play with this program. Otherwise, don't mess with this program if you are not expecting bugs, because there will be bugs. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial itself. I'm gonna uninstall everything first so that we can do this fresh and clean together. If you have Wave Link 2.0 and or Wave Link 3.0, we're gonna uninstall everything and start everything from scratch. We will eventually get to a point like this though. Just wanted to briefly show you what our goal is going to be about where we're getting to. You can use the regular Windows uninstaller if you like. I personally use WinToys just because it has a bunch of other different things in there, but that's just me. Use whichever program you like, more than likely the built-in one with Windows. I did wind up purchasing the Elgato Wavecast as well. I will briefly potentially talk about that. I personally don't really like it at the moment, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and get these uninstalled. I'm going to uninstall the Wavecast stuff as well right now. That's uninstalled. Now the Wavecast driver, you more than likely don't have this unless you purchased it. I would suggest that you don't need this, especially if you have a capture card and you're using a secondary PC. I will uninstall Wave Link itself. It says it's running, so I'm going to go ahead and close it with this. That was terminated. Wave Link itself, bye-bye, and uninstall Wave Link driver. Yes, more than likely this will pop up. So in order to fully uninstall it, you need to unplug any of your Wave Link products. So I have my XLR dock from the Stream Deck Plus plugged in, so I need to unplug that. Now that I have that unplugged, hit OK, go back, uninstall it again. You might as well keep it unplugged until we get it reinstalled if you have something of a Wave Link hardware similar to what I do. Now that I refresh this, it shows that I do not have any more Wave Link items installed onto this computer anymore. Now that you've done that, go ahead and reboot your computer. I have a key specific for this. Once it reboots, then we'll go ahead and start the install process. Now that you're rebooted, open up any browser of your choice and search Elgato Download. Click on Downloads. You'll see the Wave Link 2.0 here. You will not see the Wave Link 3.0 here because it's under beta still. Click on the beta and you'll see both the download for the program itself and the Wave Link plugin. Go ahead and download the Wave Link plugin. I believe I already have it downloaded. Click here and you can hit get. It's still a beta. Hit open in Steam Deck, open link. Mine says it's already installed, as you can see. The cool thing about the new update as well for the Stream Deck itself, if you click on plugins, you don't have to go to the marketplace to download it anymore. As long as you're logged into your account, you can just click on plugins here and then you can type in Wave Link here and then you'll see the Wave Link 3 beta. That's what you're going to want for the plugins here in a moment. While we are here, we might as well download a few more things for the Wavelink, for Stream Deck. Sound Deck is a good one to have if you're using soundboards and you want to record, say, YouTube audio or some other blank audio onto this to replay that for audio warfare or something. Or if you're in a game and you want to record your footsteps and then replay that on a loop in a game, I would strongly suggest to get the Discord plugin. It is the official one by Discord as well. And if you're like me and you like to troll with the spray paints of the people on the wall and stuff in Warzone, this makes it so much more simple to where you don't have to use your controller for it. If you install the Black Ops 7 one, you can do the spray paints and choose the spray slot that you want. Sometimes it trolls people and they think that when they come through a door and they see it on the wall, they get bamboozled. And the other cool thing too is if you're trying to get your loadout and you want to do it really fast, you can pick specifically which one, because you know how they have that glitch right now in Warzone where you try to go and quickly select a loadout, you go into editing your loadout instead of actually choosing a loadout, which can be extremely frustrating. So this helps that out a lot too. If you're watching this tutorial also for OBS for both either dual computer or single computer, I strongly suggest get the official OBS studio install here as well. Now that you have your plugins, we'll go ahead and go back to the beta and download the actual Wave Link 3.0 beta here. Just hit continue with download. Once that's done, click that and open it. You want to go ahead and launch when ready. Read through all of this if you like, and then hit accept. I do not have the drivers as I uninstalled it all. Hit install, hit yes, next, accept. Read through that if you like, then hit next. We'll keep everything default, next, install. Once it's done, click finished, and yes, you want to allow microphone access. Hit yes. Right now, we don't have anything specifically set up on here, which is okay. We don't need anything at the moment because we need to reboot the computer. Otherwise, the drivers are not officially set up correctly. Reboot your computer, and I'll be right back.
Welcome back. You already rebooted your computer. Now all the drivers should be set. Before you open up the Wave Link software, go ahead and plug in your Elgato Wave Link device if you haven't already. Otherwise, it will not automatically detect. I'm going to go ahead and open this up now. Now it should automatically set up the Elgato devices that you already have. Right now, it'll probably sound a little different because I am using the microphone that is attached to this now. We're going to set up the Elgato devices first, and then I will show you how to set up the third-party microphone. Hit get started, continue, go ahead and continue. At this point, you want to get in position by putting your thumb on your chin and your pinky on your microphone. That's going to be the appropriate distance so that you can get the proper gain. This right here, you can keep the gain lock if you like. I personally prefer the gain lock. So I don't normally go by this right here. So I'm old school and I like the OBS. Normally you want to have your range between 20 and 15 or 20 and 10, somewhere around there. That's normally seems to be about the most perfect. For some reason this says -18 to -6, -20 and -15, I believe is normally what professionals prefer. So I'm going to open up OBS and you can see the difference in the microphone. Bring this over. I am using this to record just so that you can see the difference. So with me talking here, it says that I'm at -12. Here, I'm probably, I guess it's kind of the same, but not quite. I still prefer this. Use both if you like. But anyways, I believe mine has been normally about 38. So I'm around the mic for around 15. I try to target for 15 on the OBS itself there. And as you can see, it's about 15 but on there, but and then it's 24 on the Elgato Wave Link. So I don't know what's going on there. I wouldn't trust that one. OBS has been around for a very long time for that, and it's helped out a lot for me. So I'll go ahead and move this off screen. There we go. Open this up, hit continue, continue, and done. Back to the input and monitoring part. So typically, in order to use the 48 volt or the requirement to be able to use the 48 volt phantom power, you need a condenser mic or you have a preamp for your dynamic mic. If you're just using a dynamic mic, then it's okay. Then you don't need it. But condenser mics definitely need it, and dynamic mics with preamps like the CloudFet or the Titan, there's a few of them out there, but the most popular one is a CloudFet. So for me, I would want this on. Next, the low impedance mode. That's just if you have a low impedance headphones. So you can click on here. It's optimized for low impedance headphones. If you don't have that, don't worry about it. We won't get into that. Now, effects we'll get into in a moment. And then settings is if you want to go back and do that same tour again for what we just did a little bit ago. So we'll go to effects. We'll go ahead and add this to the personal mix and then remove it because otherwise you're going to hear an echo normally for yourself. This is going to add the AI focus if you have an Elgato device. I personally don't like it, especially during gaming or competitive gaming, because it uses up a lot of the CPU and it winds up dropping the frames anywhere between 20 to 50 frames down. So personally, I don't use it. I use a different noise canceling one, the one that's much lighter weight, that's made by Elgato as well. So you can uncheck that unless you really, really want that, or you have a really beefy computer. I don't. Now let's get to the fun part. We're going to get into the mixes. I am going to make sure this is turned off, and actually I'm going to close this one out because I do not want my microphone. I don't want to hear myself. If you want to hear yourself, add this, put it like 20% or whatever, then it should work, but I'm going to keep that turned off. Before we fully jump in, I'm going to show you a few plugins that I definitely recommend and some presets and couple of add-ons so that you can get these extra filters on here. So we'll close that out and we're going to go to Marketplace, and you need to log in sometimes up to 2 times. So I'll log in real quick. Once you're logged in, you'll be presented to this page. You might have to log in again as soon as you go to get these things. I've already gotten all of these, but I'm going to do it again just to show you the process. So you're going to go to Audio Effects, and you want to get the noise removal. This is the lightweight one. This is the one I prefer. It works very well. Hit get, and see, it's making me log in again for the second time. Once you log in, yes, I know there's bugs. There's going to be a lot of bugs, so please bear with me. If you go ahead and open Wave Link, and then it'll pop up downloading newer version, say yes, and then hit close. Go back to Audio Effects up here, and then you want to install the equalizer. Click open or download or get, hit yes, let that load, hit X. I'm going to go ahead and get these, the compressor and the dehisser. I don't normally use them. I know there's a lot of people that use them. I get them just for you so I can show you how to use them if you really, really want to use them. I personally don't care for it. Open up dehisser as well, hit yes, close this out, and close that out. Just keep closing all of these out until there's nothing up there anymore. And if you have a third-party microphone and you don't have any Elgato products that are Wavelink products, which comes with voice focus for free, you can purchase it for $50. I don't really use it. Like I said, it brings down the frames quite a bit. So that's totally up to you. If you really want to use this, you can purchase this here. While we're still in here, we'll go to EQ presets. Go ahead and get all of these. It's just going to be the easiest thing to do. I already have most of these, but personally, I like Harris's for a bass. Harris Heller. His is really good for a bass line, and then you go and adjust yours from there. I'll show you all of this and how to get this connected. It's going to be the same way to connect it for a third-party mic. So pay attention to this. I'll show you both though. Once you click out of this, hit mixes. And we're going to jump into this, click the effects. You can really click anywhere and the effects will pop up. So edit there or click the green here. It might be white or gray for you. That's fine. We'll keep the low cut filter to 80. I guess you still have to add it to that for now. So I'm going to add it and make sure that this is muted first, but then we can remove it later or just keep it muted, whatever you want to do. Hit add effects, keep that turned off. We'll add effect. I'm pretty sure is the same as Wavelink 2.0. where the order of operations of this matter. So I personally prefer to do the noise canceling first or noise removal first. You're probably going to start seeing or hearing a change in my voice here soon with all of these on. Noise remover is on. You can go into edit. For my particular microphone, I've noticed that going down to 70% for me particularly is the best spot, at least according to other people hearing me. I'm going to hit X out of this and hit add effects, and then I'm going to do the EQ. I already have mine saved based on the baseline for the Harris one, so you can choose whichever one you want, see which one you sounds better for you if you want to keep that personal one unchecked so you can hear yourself. And I'm going to go in here, and then you can add extra ones, I believe, by double clicking. That's what I just did there. Anyways, you can click here. You can see mine for 20 hertz and 52 hertz, 94 hertz, 353, 996, 5145, 14113. Anyways, I'm not going to hit save. Once you get your equalizer, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this. There's a lot of tutorials online for it. It shows you at the bottom how you want to make yourself either more nasally, not nasally, more boxy, more warm, and so forth. So, and then once you get setting based off of Harris, and then you hit save, and then you can make your own. So I'm going to close out and not save it. I'm going to go back in just in case, making sure that I am on mine. Okay, I am on mine still, and then close. All right, now we're going to add the compressor. I'm going to remove this right afterwards. I'm just showing you how to do it first. Compressor, proceed, and it's going to already pick up your microphone. So what you want to do is you want to read local compression is a secret to sounding pro. Let's do this within the time frame. So then click redo and then we'll read it. Vocal compression is the secret to sounding pro. Let's do this. Hit proceed. And then you want to adjust this bar just slightly below your highest peak. That's about slightly below. You can do it more, but at least from what I've seen, that's the best way to do it. Hit finalize. You can make some makeup gain. You can do some auto makeup gain. That's totally up to you. You can do a specific makeup gain, but normally these default settings are fine. Hit close, and that's set. You can toggle it on and off right here if you want. Add effect, we're going to do the de-esser. Click that. This one, same thing. De-esser, smooth the sharp S sounds. You click this and then you go forward. De-esser, smooth the sharp S sounds. This one, I like to go all the way down in the orange, and then as soon as it come back up, and as soon as it turns green, then I'm there. You can hit customize if you want. You can change the attack ratio, but default is pretty good. All right, that's all set up. I'm going to remove it. I don't care for those. I only care for these two right here. I'm going to hit close. Now we're going to add that third-party microphone and do something similar. Hit create. This way, you have to try to figure out what your microphone brand and everything is. And the easiest way to do that is if you bring up sound settings. I have a hotkey for it, but I'm going to show you how to get there. Bring this over here. Just go to type in control panel after start menu. Go into control panel, go to hardware, and then click on sound. And then this will pop up. I'm going to close out the control panel. And I have some earbuds in right now that's connected to my Bluetooth adapter that is the Creative Sound Blaster Bluetooth edition though. And as you see, if you try to go and create the channel and you type in speaker, it's not going to show you anything. If I try to type in JTunes, it's not there. So what you want to search for is this word right here, like creative or sound blaster. These are the ones that you want to search for. Otherwise you will not find your device. So come over here and click on create channel. And I'm going to do the Bluetooth one for my earbuds microphone. And now it's picking that up too. I'm going to hit edit and I'm going to just change this to Bluetooth earbuds. You can change this logo if you want. I'm going to change it to the other microphone one, or you can change it back, just so you know, standard. I like this one better. That's just me personally. Once you've changed that, you've named it what you wanted, it'll pop up here too. So you can go ahead and hit add it as well, or hit this little squiggly line. And this is where you can add your noise canceling. Click on add effect, Elgato, and then do noise removal first. You can keep this default if you like, mess around with that, and you can also add that equalizer as well. So if you go to the EQ, open this up, I have my own specifically for my voice, and hit close, and everything is checked off there. Next, we're going to go over the mixes and the input and output, what they are. It's kind of awkward and weird at first, but once you see it done, you'll understand. With these, the top is output and the left-hand side is the input. So I think it's 8 or 9. I'm pretty sure it might be 8. But we'll verify that here in a second together. And there's definitely only 5 outputs over here. The odd thing is how we're going to set it up though. This is both kind of output and input. And same thing over here, but primarily that's the base for it. So I could be wrong of what it is, but based on my knowledge on the audio stuff, it seems like it can be both. So at least the way that I'm going to show you how to set it up and show you the maneuverability of everything. Now let's start off with the mix part, which is the outputs technically. Go ahead and hit edit. And I'm going to change this one specifically for headphones. I'm going to change this to the headphones ones. You can add this, you can just be audio in general for headphones and speakers and so forth, but I like to split up my speakers and headphones. I'm going to hit add. I'm going to add my 2 headphones. So I have my Sound Blaster default, which is the USB 2. This is the JTunes, which is specifically tailored for Call of Duty and Battlefield. So you don't want to add that one like Art Tunes or anything like that to this. That's another bug that I will explain here in a moment. So go ahead and add your headphones, and then you can add your third-party headphones. I'm going to add my earbuds so I can hear on that as well. Hit close. I'm going to add all 5 of these real quick, and then the plus sign goes away, as you can see. We'll go ahead and change all of these real quick. Change this to speaker, speakers, and then the 3 dots. I'm going to change it to this one. This is the closest thing that looks like a speaker for me. I'm going to add the output for the stage 2 is what I have. Close. This one I'm going to do for voice chat mic, or VC mic. Change this 3 dots to the people. You don't want to add anything on this one. Close. The next one is going to be SFX mic. I'm going to show you how that operates, like if you want to do audio warfare and Call of Duty and all that other stuff. I'm going to change it to the little smiley face just so I know what's what. Change it to whatever you like. And finally, for later on down in the video, I'm going to change this to OBS stream. And this one has a OBS icon, so we'll do that and then hit close. Next, we'll go ahead and do the input section. We'll do some of the generic ones first. So add empty channel. Want to do voice chat first. Do whichever ones you want first, but just following along here. Add empty channel. We're going to do system next, and then add empty channel, SFX, empty channel, and I don't do browser. I just have everything in system for that. And then I'll do music. For this, wherever these are checked off of, that's where it's going to come in through. So if you have voice chat or system into the voice chat mic, everyone's going to hear whatever you select here. So I'm going to put my own microphone there so then my friends can hear me. I'm going to put my own microphone in the SFX. This is going to be in game. You're going to be able to mute it and still play the SFX. So I'm going to add SFX here. I don't want to really add it here. So I'm going to exit that out. I don't care about showing them that, but I will show you later in Discord how to set it up and switch it over. For headphones, I'm going to add everything. I'm going to mute myself there, and I don't like to hear my sound effects right now, but you can set it up to where you can hear it later if you like. I'm going to add all of these to my speakers as well, but I don't want to hear anything from my speakers right now, and I will show you how that's set up later as well, with the Stream Deck, of course. Lastly, we're going to change this Elgato to the default headset, or whichever your main headset is for the headphones. And now that we changed that, let's go into a quick settings, because right now, every single time that you add a new channel like this, or you add a new Bluetooth device, some new audio thing, it will almost always change. As you can see, I added this, and it's all that I like my default to be on system, right? So you can change it all you want right now, and it's going to constantly change. But the cool thing is with this, if you go into settings and then you go down to lock default input and output device, I'm going to do both. So I don't want the mic in one. I want my default to be a voice chat mic. And then I want my default output device to be system. There you go, system. Now hit X. Now you should be able to go in here. It's on system. If you try to change it, it'll jump back. See, I'm trying to change it to everything else and it won't let me. So then it locks it in. That's a pretty neat feature. Now moving forward, you can reorganize these as well. If you don't like the order of operations, you can click and drag these, but you got to click in the right spot. As you can see, anytime I try to click something, it's just a weird spot. I've noticed that if you click it right here below the right, kind of between these two, but below it, you can click, hold on to it, and then you can start moving it around. That's for each one, and about this area right here. It's a little finicky, but same thing at the top. If you click and hold in that area, you can rearrange it back and forth that way. Again, this application is going to have bugs. It is still in beta. Just want you to remember and reiterate that. I know I'm probably sounding repetitive and annoying at that point, but Elgato is pushing out a lot of good updates and fixing a lot of things, but this still has a lot of bugs. I will also go ahead and add my Bluetooth for this. You can switch back and forth and have one open and one not for the voice chat. So therefore, if I have both of them unmuted, they're going to hear me double. If you check voice chat here, they're going to hear themselves right here as well. I'll try to show you in Discord in a moment. Headphones and speakers, those are pretty self-explanatory. I hope it was well enough. Voice chat, if you have both of your microphones on at the same time, as whatever's checked on here is going to be picked up for the voice chat and Discord or whatever else. Same thing with SFX mic. And on that note, SFX, we don't have anything on here. So if you click on the settings here and you try to add, you need to add the Stream Deck app to this. But if you click add and then type in Stream Deck or stream, it's not there. So in order for anything to really populate for that, to add extra apps, you have to play a sound in it. So I'm going to close this, bring up my Stream Deck, and I'm just going to play the Mario 1-Up. That was really loud in my ear. Now you should be able to click into here, go to SFX, add app, type in stream, and there's your stream deck. Add that. Now go back again. You're going to see this jump up and down here. I'm going to pull this down. I don't think you'll hear it. And you can see that's bouncing up and down right here. So if you want to add the voice chat, have your friends hear it too, that would be kind of annoying for them, but you can have it in game chat as well, which I'm going to show you in a little bit for the audio warfare. And all. Now let's go ahead and jump to the OBS stream column. So I'm going to show you this in a minute, both on the single computer OBS and a dual computer OBS. I'm going to add everything that I need so far. So on a single computer, you can pretty much do this. You can add the extra mic, or if you want, if you want your voice chat, your friends, or even the in-game to be heard right here, you can add that. If you want them to hear your system or your music, you can do that as well. I'll jump over to the music real quick. I use a different application for that. I use just a quick Waterfox, which is like Firefox, but I use it for YouTube music. You can add YouTube music is only in the browser. So if I hit play right now, it shouldn't normally pop up. It might. Well, it probably did because it made a noise when it booted. But if it's not popping up again, go ahead and open up whatever application it is, play something, and then you can add it. Water, close. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And actually, I'm going to mute it for my earbuds for now. I don't need to hear anything. Hit play. And there you go. I'll go ahead and close that out real quick. And if you wanted the music there, and you can always mute the music too, especially copyright stuff when you're on a stream, right? Same thing if you wanted to add like Spotify. Right now, it's unavailable because I closed it out. But I don't have Spotify on here. You just click add app, add Spotify. If you don't see it, play something in Spotify, then add it, and then it should work. Now, the issue with streaming to another computer can be very frustrating, especially right now with OBS on one hand, but it's still very simple. But for me and my scenario, it's a little frustrating because of my external sound card. So I have the G8 and it helps a lot with the 7.1 surround sound. And the issue is if I add it to here, this is kind of like a master. The USB 1 will control 2, but 2 will not control 1. So if I mute this one, it mutes both. If I mute this one, it does not mute both. It only mutes the default headsets. This is stereo, as I'll show you over here. So I'll scroll down, right click, actually click and then configure stereo, right? Go back in here. It'll open up, click JTunes or ArtTunes or whatever you have it set as. Click there and see that's my 7.1 surround sound. So if you add both of these here, you're going to get double echo as well. So I advise not to do that. I primarily just put this into the game. I don't typically add it here for anything. I only add it here for the OBS stream, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. Create, and remember, you got to go for the Sound Blaster part, not the name of it. You got to go for the brand of it. So you can type in USB 1 or Sound Blaster. I'm going to do Sound Blaster or just sound. And then for me, it's going to be what you hear, but what I hear. And if you add it here, don't, because it's just going to do that echo thing and it's going to be like a feedback loop. You don't want that. It's really obnoxious. But adding it to the OBS stream comes with some caveats. So everything in this one right here is controlled by all of this. So it's everything that you hear right here is into one here and it goes into one. So then you would want to mute all of these except for your microphone. So you really just remove these. You don't need them because everything's going to go through the one. That is the frustrating part. But that is unfortunately currently how it works. It's a little buggy with it. I tried to see if it had to do with Windows 11 or a Windows audio issue, or if it had to do with my Creative Cloud app, which is loading up right now. So I can show you that too. But it does not. So if you have a Sound Blaster, it's going to be a similar setup and everything. You want the playback to be the headphones itself. You don't want to put it in the line out part. Otherwise, it'll be speakers and it's not going to be the proper 7.1 surround sound recording. Keep all that the same. All the settings, you want to just make sure everything's updated. And then the playback. And as you can see at the device, got the USB 1, USB 2, and I have the Bluetooth one too. The Bluetooth one I just have strictly for audio. I know I have onboard Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on my computer, but I have that one dedicated for my wireless controller. I know you're gonna be like, oh, the latency and all that stuff. Yeah, I just prefer wireless and just change the batteries out. That's just me. But this is dedicated for just audio. so it doesn't take up the Bluetooth bandwidth for the controller. We'll close that out. So in order to get this over to that secondary computer, you need to hit edit here and then add output device and then add it to your capture card, whether you got an AverMedia or Elgato or anything like that. If you're using a second computer, you probably have a capture card. If you don't have a capture card, then I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead and click onto your capture card, which I have set up there, and then everything will be over there. I'll show you all that here in just before we go over to that. I really want to show you the voice chat thing too. So you know how you can put your noise removal on your microphones? You can do it for your chat too, which is absolutely amazing. You know, you probably have a friend or got into a lobby where people are eating chips, crunching them down on it, or you are in a lobby or with some friends and they have that fan on in the background, or you can hear them clicking and clacking with their keyboard and mouse and all that stuff. Go ahead and hit edit and add that noise removal. Quite simple. You can increase, decrease. Default seems to be fairly effective for me. And close that out and close it out. And voila, you got noise canceling on the incoming of what you hear from them as well. I don't know how many times I've heard people like, why are you breathing so much in the mic talking about someone else, not me? And I was like, I can't even hear them because I have this noise removal on, or they're, fan or crunching on something. And of course, everyone's like, why you got to connect mic? Right, I'm going to switch over to my other computer with the other microphone. I know I'm probably going to sound different again, but bear with me. Hopefully it's still decent quality. I have to jump over to there so you can see.
All right, now let's jump over to OBS itself. So our OBS run normally. So this is going to be just the regular OBS, going to be nothing else, single computer, so that you can add audio to this. In here, go ahead and click this little dot here and hit properties. Change this to the voice chat. The voice chat mic, this is going to be the same one, unless you wanted a different chat completely, specifically for your streamers. I normally just record, so you might want a different settings for that. You can just keep your regular microphone on that if you want, or just do the OBS one actually, because normally if you're a streamer, so you probably want the properties and then you want the OBS stream right here and then hit OK. This way it'll still pop up right here. You'll be able to mute back and forth. If you want your teammates not to hear you, you can mute this. And if you want just your stream to hear you, you can do that, or you vice versa, unmute it. As you can see, my microphone's not popping up, and then click on that and then the OBS microphone is popping up. So it's a little easier for the in-game stuff here. You can go to settings and we'll go to audio. And for this one, you can specifically set your audio device, input device, especially if it's 7.1 surround sound, if you want better audio. I have specifically the desktop audio for that. I do not use the Elgato virtual audio, the J-Tunes, which is down here for that. That's going to be part of the dual computer setup, which I will show in a minute. But right now, this is the single computer setup. As you can see, the mic is the OBS stream, and I have my J-Tunes specifically set up. You can also change this to whichever one you prefer. I'm not going to go into details on how to set up your specific OBS for everything. This is just being able to use Wave Link with your OBS itself. Go ahead and close that or hit apply, whatever you decided you do. I have my mic completely away from me right now, so that's why it's going up where I want it to go anyways. As you can see, I'm using my microphone on the other computer. And then you can add your actual voice chat here. Forgot about that one. Properties. If you want people to hear the in-game chat, or if you want people to hear your Discord chat, you can add the voice chat here or keep it muted. So, a lot of times people will start cursing, stuff like that. And if you don't want that on your stream because you're afraid you'll get banned or whatever it may be, you don't even have to add their voices to it. But I like the kill comms, when you get someone in prox chat and stuff in Warzone or Search and Destroy hardcore mode in Call of Duty. I like to have that on there. It's just funny clips for me, but I normally just recording, so I do like the replay buffer for recording, kind of like shadow play, just to record clips and then put collages together. And on that note, again, just so you know, this right here, where is it? It's the voice chat right here. It specifically says voice chat Elgato. That's this voice chat right here. And if you want the OBS one from this one, sorry, for the microphone properties, and then you select the OBS one, and you can do the voice chat microphone too. So this is for the mic in. And again, you could just do it from the audio device here. It's a lot easier, in my opinion, to do it from here and select select which devices you want and virtual audio and so forth for the routing table. So that is the single PC OBS setup. To get the other OBS setup for the secondary computer, if you have a capture card, this is not the Wavecast on how to use the Wavecast. I personally couldn't even get the Wavecast to work properly. It seems like it's in beta, but it's not. So I think it's an official release, but it just, for how I need it, it didn't work right. Maybe it's user error, but I messed with it for about a week and gave up on it. Go ahead and hit edit here, because then you have to add your output device. You want to find the capture card that you're using. I have the Elgato 4K-X capture card. I'm going to hit close. So then now all the audio from this OBS stream, all of this that's not muted, is going to be heard on that 4K. And I'll switch over to the streaming secondary computer so you can see that. As you can see, I am over on the other one. This is just the microphone I have. I currently have the Elgato hooked up to the main PC over here, but I might be able to add the source. We'll do it together so you can kind of see what that's like. Video capture device, maybe it'll create two, going to there, and Elgato, hit OK. And for the capture device, I was able to add it over here to try to show y'all as well. I added my display up here, as you can see, so that you can see that. I'm gonna make it go away so you can see the other computer. That's the gaming computer, and this is the display capture of my current screen of the second computer. I added the Elgato 4K. My microphone right here, as you can see, is highlighted. I got to use the other mouse, sorry. Right here on the right side, you'll see that bouncing up and down. And then I'll go ahead and bring up the second computer. As you can see, it's bouncing up and down right here too. So everything in that OBS stream column should come through the Elgato 4K here. This is my microphone that I have hooked up right now that I'm talking to you with, and I have this one muted so you don't hear double. But I'll unmute it just for a second so you'll hear double.
All right, I'm unmuted and you should hear double. Testing, 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 1, 2, 3. You'll see this go up.
I'm going to mute myself again and take that display away so you can see OBS is going right there for the mic stream. As you can see, there is going for the voice chat mic and the SFX mic and the OBS stream. So this is going to help go through to the second stream so you can organize that. So the only issue is for the, if you have, like I said, with the external sound card, is by adding the JTunes here or your Art Tunes or whatever it is. I have this here. It's everything that you hear from here will go into this one thing here. So if you want to adjust the volumes for that here, that's the only issue really with the bugs at the moment, at least with my device. It may not be the same with your device, so miles may vary on that. You might be able to just select each and every one of these and it should work. It might work just fine. You can set up a secondary microphone and Elgato Wave Link and everything on your secondary computer if you choose to. I did add the Elgato for virtual, the 4K-X here, but I was just testing stuff out. You don't need that in there since you already have everything linked through the OBS part on the original Wave Link right there, because everything's going through that HDMI cable to the OBS through the capture card itself. This is if you want to add separate things from your separate computer, from your secondary computer, such as a different microphone if you want. But I like to try to keep things as simple as possible without having two microphones. So I just have everything routed through the Elgato itself, the Wave Link, Elgato Wave Link from the primary gaming computer. Now that we've briefly gone over the OBS setup for single computer versus a dual computer, there's not too much to it, at least at this point. It's still very buggy. Just know and remember, again, this is still a beta, so expect bugs. There will be bugs. There are still currently bugs, but Elgato's still doing a really good job with updating everything. Let's jump over how to modify this and route your audio through Discord. Right now, it's not set up for anything for me. It's just set up for the basic stuff that's not even correct. So for your input device, click that, click show more, and you're going to find your voice chat microphone. So this is going to be, I'll show you everything here. Go back to Discord, and your output device, we're going to do voice chat. So that's VC mic. This is going to be voice chat. Open this up, go back to, Wave Link, and that's everything that is going to be heard through here. So like same thing with your speakers. If you want to unmute your speakers and hear your chat through that, that's totally fine. But that's all this from the left going this VC mic is the input there. But I'm going to show you something cool with the plugin plugins on how to like kind of go back and forth as well. I have one specifically set up for troll where it only trolls in game, and then I have one set up for non-troll for Discord so that they don't hear any of the sound effects. I already have a lot of these plugins set up, so we're going to go ahead and go through the plugins as well so that you can figure out how to use the Wave Link 3.0 beta in the plugins for the Stream Decks. I will show you both how to use it through the regular buttons as shown up top, and I'll show you how to do the ones for the Stream Deck plus the dials. So that troll thing that I was talking about, for here, everything reset because I uninstalled and reinstalled. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. You can change this to, sometimes it'll show double just because I uninstalled and reinstalled. Click there, and then that'll be highlighted to based off of what is on there now. I'm going to go back into the Discord one and do the SFX, change it to that one, and we'll hit those buttons. As you can see up top here, this one will change automatically. I'll hit Discord. So this is so that my SFX mic is going into Discord. I know it kind of seems counterintuitive and backwards of how I have it set up here, but this is so that I know that it's going in there. So if I want to troll in the game, not in Discord, I have it trolled to where I don't troll my actual Discord people. So with audio warfare and stuff, I don't want them to hear the soundboard. I hit the troll button where it only trolls in game. So now it changes back to voice chat mic so they don't hear any of the audio warfare in the game or any of the sounds. Again, show that again. I hit the Discord button. It changed to SFX so that they will hear everything. And then I'm going to change it back to the trolls where only the game chat will hear the SFX. Now that you have that set up for Discord, I will show you how to do it also in the game. I will bring up Call of Duty so that you can see how you can set that up for the microphones in there. Now that we have Call of Duty set up, if you're able to adjust your game settings, you can do that here. Otherwise, it always will default to your system sound. So like if you're playing Assassin's Creed, you can't choose where your game volume is going out. All right. I'm not going to show you how to do the art tune stuff. I kind of did it before in the past, but you can't add art tunes to the Wave Link 3.0. It will mess everything up. You'll get some type of weird lag and static and all kinds of stuff. You just need to set it to your specific device in game, unfortunately. But then you can have the 7.1 surround sound. So if I change it to any of these, that 7.1 surround sound is going to disappear. As you can see, it's just, I'm just changing to that. We'll change it to, we'll say system. So there is no 7.1. It's just Windows default and stereo. It doesn't work, at least not at this time, not like the Wavelink 2.0. 2.0, it still works pretty well. So like if I go to the JTunes Elgato one, even though that's the one that I hear it from, it's still no 7.1. And I go back to the actual Sound Blaster one and then click here, and then 7.1 pops right back up. So now I still have 7.1. That's one of the bugs. It's a little frustrating. You can still control this sound with the Stream Deck a little bit, but it doesn't work very well. So really, it's only good for toggling mute and unmute. But when you do mute this, if you're on the G8, you wind up muting your entire headphones, even the default one, because like I said before, the USB 1 is bound to the master for even the USB 2, which is a little odd and weird, but that's just part of it. So instead, because it's so loud, I actually have my master volume down to 4 because it's so loud. So you have to control it in game for this. Now let's move on to the voice chat. Voice chat, set whatever volume you are comfortable with for the in-game volume chat, and then you want to change your voice chat output specifically to SFX mic, if I can find it. Sorry, this is what you're hearing. So you want to change this to voice chat. You can set up a dedicated voice chat for in-game that you can control as well if you wanted to. Like you would have to delete maybe one of the headphones ones and add the speakers ones, add that to the headphones port, and then you could mute it and unmute it that way. I'll show you that in a second. If you wanted to control in-game audio, and you can quickly mute stuff like that. And go to microphone. This is going to be the microphone input device for the SFX mic. So this is going to be your audio warfare, including your regular mic, but you can make it very easily where they can't hear you talk, but they can still hear your sound, which can be very obnoxious, but it's quite entertaining, but also great benefit for audio warfare. Prox chat is amazing. And then go ahead and back out of that. Now I'm going to show you, now that I'm backed out of the game, the SFX stuff. As you can see here, for audio, type in wave for the dials and for the keys, but we're going to go over the dials first. I specifically use channel level for this. I essentially almost exclusively just use channel level. This way, you can choose the channel itself. So it's going to be the XLR dock itself. That's going to be the one on the left. You could choose whichever ones you want for the voice chat and so forth, but I'm doing the SFX one. And then the SFX mic, which is going to be the top part, which is right here. I'm going to click this button in and you're going to see this mute. So this way you can mute your microphone while still playing some audio warfare. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. As you can see, I have some audio warfare playing, and this will continue to play through your SFX mic, even though you're not talking itself. So you can click this, unmute yourself. You can still talk to them if you want. You don't want them to hear your call outs. You can turn off your mic and still continue to play your audio warfare if you prefer to, which is just a nice little tidbit. As for voice chat, I have to reset this up. So it's the channel one again, channel level. I will turn off that audio warfare for a second, and then you do channel, and you want your voice chat channel, and this is going to be for the entire mix for this. I personally prefer, see, as you can see, I'm turning this up and down. That's going to be for this is all, right? If you wanted specifically for each one, like OBS stream, you can set that up as well. So mix, you could do OBS stream and it'll only adjust that. You can see, move this out of the way so you can see it. It's only adjusting this on the right for the OBS stream, but I'm going to do this for all for my purposes. And this right here, the level meter and slider, this tells you where it's at. So if you're turning this up and down, same thing, this is going up and down, me turning that. But if someone was talking, it would be bouncing up and down so you can see how high they are. I set mine out for 75 just because the microphones are pretty loud. And actually, I'm not going to do all. I don't know why I said that I was going to do that. I do this for headphones. This is going to be for me listening specifically. So as you can see, again, just as an example, it's only turning this up and down. Let me move this completely out of the way, twisting it up and down. Do it that way. I'm going to do 75% though, and I have it changing by fives. This one over here is specifically just for the Discord. So as I showed you about the trolling and this is for muting and unmuting myself. I keep my mic at 100%. This third one is to toggle between people in the Discord chat to where I can turn them up and down. If I was in a Discord chat, then you could just press the button and it will toggle between. Now on to some more stuff. So as the speakers, I don't like my speakers on. I have another Stream Deck here, or you can swipe over. I have the speakers, system speakers, which is right here, system speakers. So I can quickly mute and unmute and turn up the volume up and down. I think I normally do about 50%, but you can mute and unmute and turn up the volume from here just like that. So you can see the channel down here is system, which is the one on the left, and the mix, which is this one right here, speaker. So if you want to specifically mute and turn up and down volume to something specific, I'm going to just add the J-tunes here just for this purpose so you can see it. Bring this here, move this over, and I added specifically for the J-tunes, so which is art tunes or whatever you have for your device itself or another device. If you want to just directly control it or mute it, you can add that, which is the output control. And this right here is not going to affect anything here, but you'll see this for the output control. J-tunes right here, I will turn it up and down. You go see that moving up and down. And then I'm going to mute it and then unmute it. As you can see here, this works as well. The issue is if you have the external one and it's linked like mine because of the bug, you turn this down, you turn down everything. This turns down the entire volume technically for all of this because it's this right here. What you hear, it's a little buggy still, but you can add other devices as well that you don't want to directly control from here or here. You can just control this right here. Let's just add another example. We'll do the speakers creative Bluetooth one. So output control and speakers creative Bluetooth, same thing. I will up and down just to give you another example, and mute and unmute. So you have various ways of doing so. You can do the channel one and you can do the output control, which is really nice. Now for those who have just regular buttons, just a regular Stream Deck, and you don't have the Stream Deck Plus, you don't have the dial, this part is going to be for you. You can still control these things. You just type in wave here, and for audio and so forth, you can do the output control here for muting the device. So that would be this one right here. I already have it added though. Here, I'm add another one, and I'm going to delete it though, just so you know, I only one up there. And then you can add the device that you want. We'll say the creative. I'll open this back up so you can see it. and I will hit that button. I don't know if it'll show on the Stream Deck itself. Yeah, so you can see both red here, that's muted. And same thing, you can add it for audio instead. So you can set it at a specific audio. So we'll do 51%, and then let's hit that button. It'll go ahead and jump to straight to 51%. I will go ahead and put it back to 100% and up to 100%. You can adjust the volume. This one you have to specifically go like positive percentage to negative percent. So if I want to keep going down, I'm going to show you on a different one though. I'm going to show you the channel. So we'll go ahead and just delete this one. I don't need that one. This one I have for my system headphones. I already have it somewhat set up just to make it a little bit quicker for you. So I did channel for this one specifically, channel for all these. So this is set for 100%, set for 75%, and this is just toggle up and down. This right here is for muting. So I have the system mute. You should see it over here, muting, unmute, mute, unmute. They all mute. This is all the same thing. I just added it a few times. This one right here, we'll do 75%. You'll see this jump straight down to 75%, back up to 100%, and that's the set volume. And then this one is for the adjust volume. You can select whatever channel you want and whatever mix you want. Again, this is just for this one, headphones. So then you can go up and down. As you can see, I'm hitting the down button, the -5. So you need two different ones for that. So this one's in the negative, and then this one up here is in the positive. So it doesn't even have a positive sign. It just says +5 or just says 5%. And then you can hit that several times and it will start going. As you can see, you can have a quick button for that too. So I just added another channel just for the microphone, which is going to be just this right here. So it's going to be all, or you can choose for whichever one. And if you hit that, I have mine set for all for mute. And this whole thing, it just mutes across the board. Everything gets mute, as you can see from a microphone. I believe you can do the same thing for any of those. So I'm going to change this to the Bluetooth earbuds. Right now it's on. Now it's all muted. Unmute this one first, this one, just so you can see. Mute, unmute. Just want to demonstrate this so you know exactly how it's going. Don't want to leave you all in the dark with it. It's supposed to be a very in-depth tutorial. And the same thing with adjusting the volume. So you want to set your voice chat specifically to a volume, like say you're in the gulag or something, and you want to be like, okay, well, I want to still hear my teammates, but I really don't want to hear them that. You can set that to that. So I'm going to do 30% and change this back to the voice chat. I'll keep all, actually, I like to have it on headphones. Remember, this is totally up to you. You can do all or just the headphone. Do this one, the headphone, do set, keep that one to 1%. So as you can see right here, I'm in the gulag. You can completely mute them if you want. Let's go ahead and add a mute one too. That mute, and then voice chat, so you don't hear anybody. Hit the voice chat one, it mutes everything, right? If I want to set it quick access to 30%, I want to still hear them, but not that much, or all the way up to 100% by hitting this one. And one last little tidbit about the soundboard. If you have it set to default, have your audio set wherever you want, it should automatically always play through SFX, even if this is set to default, because how you added this Stream Decks right here. So as you can see, this is going to jump up on play one, and you saw it jump to in the Mario 1-up. I know you can't hear it, but yeah, that's where it's at. And one last thing before I end the video is, if for some reason I've noticed that sometimes this application likes to crash, and it can crash fairly frequently. It's kind of annoying just because it's part of the beta bug. If you go to Task Manager and then let's bring this down, drop this down, right click it, go to detail, and then right click the Wave Link. Then you want to set the priority to high, change priority, and then close this out. If it keeps crashing on you, then that for me seems to have been a fix, although it's a temporary fix. If you do notice it crashing on you, for me, it seems to have helped. It is a slight annoyance, but it does have bugs. Remember, this is still a beta, so bear with Elgato. There will be bugs, and they are working everything out, and things are getting better and better with every update. Without further ado, thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, if you skipped around, both of them I hope this tutorial helped y'all. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful week. God bless y'all.